having an experience of Pasha ICT Awards. We've been participating there for past so many years. So that was pretty usual for us. The same thing happened. We had the new release of our switching application Iris, and it was a pretty elaborate and comprehensive application. Um, so just like every year, we actually nominated Iris for the best financial application category, the financial category award, and I was not sure if it will actually be nominated, and we were actually pretty amazed to see that it was the best. It was awarded as the best application in that specific category. Now that was done, it was actually, I thought that it's now over, right? And then when Pasha actually approached us for this next phase of Epicta, we wondered if we should actually go there or don't go there, because we tried it once some years ago, and that was not really a very successful experience. But we thought that why shouldn't we give it a chance? So I think I visited one meeting that actually we had before we actually went to Jakarta for this thing, and Pasha was actually pretty Pasha engaged everybody to actually make them ready for this big event, because the way ICT happens, Pasha ICT, it is very different compared to Epicta happens. Epicta is a huge award, and it has got so many countries, like 20 odd countries with 165 products that were competing in that, only 16 categories. It was unlike the Pasha ICT, which was compared to that on a much lower scale. So there we had some idea about the time constraints and the sort of judges that we can have, which may not really be very well versed with our specific domain, and conveying them that our product is the best product to actually go for. So nevertheless, there were so many things that were happening in the routine life, traveling and other business meeting and everything. So I thought that I've got my session the next day. So we'll have plenty of time, when we land in Jakarta, we'll have got a couple of days. So I'll just tune it up to us, so actually I can finish it within the given time. So when we arrived in Jakarta, it was really a fun time, because everybody was there, and because we all knew each other and everything. So it was really a good time. We had a good time together, having meal and everything, roaming around. Then I did make some changes to my presentation. I mean, I have been doing CS presentation for sort of my life. I mean, that's my business. So even if I don't need a presentation or anybody, I can just give a presentation, even in a dark room. So I was pretty, confident that it's nothing. It's no problem actually. So I just have to perhaps reduce it to actually complete it within the given 20 minutes. So I did that. But when I was really pretty lucky and fortunate that I think Pasha knew it, that many people will come with that confidence, and who will perhaps not really think about it, that the judges are not really their potential customers, and they're perhaps not even the people who know your product and who know even your business domain and who know you in your market domain. So they may not really be they may not be acquainted with those buzzwords which are so popular in your specific business. Nevertheless, when I gave in that rehearsal session that we had, when I gave my presentation, I thought that I did well, and then I was poured with the feedback, and the feedback was sort of shocking for me, because what I thought was a pretty well done. I found out that people actually were not listening to it because they lost track. They lost track because those terminologies and those buzzwords were not known to them. I'm really thankful to people like Jahan Ara, who has always been a source of motivation and for us. But then very very important feedback from Jawad and from Imran and others, that really helped help me understand and put things under the perspective. What I figured out that, it's a I'm giving a presentation which will be gauged on some different parameters compared to my general sales presentations, right? Which has got different audience and different parameters for evaluation. Now that night, I went back, had food, right? I'm sort of a chill attitude, right? So I had food, then the next morning I had my presentation early. So late at night I started working, and I put together the presentation based on the feedback that was given to me, which was primarily that the presentation should actually help engage the end customer and should not leave them with questions in their minds that I could never respond in that entire presentation, because it's not really going to be it's not going to be about a learning presentation. It's more about understanding how much value it can actually deliver to that customer. So I made those changes, and I then slept, and then the next morning I gave the presentation. It went very well. But then again, it was very well even when I gave the presentation in that rehearsal session. So the presentation went very well, and when I came out, I had no clue, how good it was, because if you have done well, you do not know that the 13 others who were in your same tools and infrastructure category, how good they were. It's primarily because it was not only about financial applications, it was more about tools and infrastructure. They were so different countries and different products. So what value which specific product brings to the end customer, that is going to be the winner. So nevertheless, I came back, and trust me, these people are so what should I say? They gave me absolutely no hint on how it happened. But I later figured out that everybody of them, the judges, Jawad and Jahan and everybody, they knew it, right? So on that day when it was raining like hell in Jakarta and the traffic scene was bad, we made it to that area where the award ceremony was held, and we were all sitting on a round table, all the Pakistani companies, and we were so we were really waiting. So when the first company won it, we were like, wow man, this is now, the ice has been broken. And when they announced my name, it was amazing feeling. Just imagine that you are there in a crowd of hundreds of people from multiple countries, and you're sitting in a country far away from the country. It's Indonesia, and the other countries were all developed countries from that Pacific area. Singapore, Thailand, Hong Kong, and those countries. So companies going from Pakistan and presenting a solution in that difficult category, which is financial category. And I'm really thankful to all the support that was extended by Pasha and other people who were related to them. And I really am very hopeful that this has set a trend, and the companies to come will now have some success stories in the past, which will give them the confidence and those guidelines which they can look at and perhaps change the presentation, not on the side, but perhaps for actually flying to that country. Thank you very much.